Here's the front end of a typical WordPress website. Now looking at it, you wouldn't know whether it's built using WordPress or any other software. It could be hand-coded HTML. It looks the same, right? So from the front end, you wouldn't realize that. Now a typical website would include, I guess, what's called as the home page. This is where the users get to when they come to the main domain. This is my homepage. It includes a few of my recent websites that I've built with links to those, some frequently asked questions, as well as links to some recent articles and some other types of websites that I've built, right? Some case studies as well. As well as there's a few footer links here. You'll notice that there's always usually a header with a main icon, right? And a menu, and this is your main navigation menu. Now you could have main navigation menu with sub items pointing to other resources such as this WordPress web design page where I talk about the affordable web design packages. Now apart from these pages, which include things like your about us page, your contact page, which can include a form for users to reach you, as well as links for them to call you or email you, there are so many pages, and you can see quite a few pages here, as well as a few pages in the footer. Apart from that, WordPress also comes, it started out as a blogging platform. Therefore, you have a section called as the blog, which I've titled as Learn in my case. And what ends up happening is you have a series of posts which are arranged by latest first. So you can see all my posts are arranged, and the latest post is up top. And these posts can also be then further categorized into, here I've categorized them into resources, SEO, web design, and WordPress. So you can click on one of these posts. So there's a short illustration, a title, and a short description, also known as an excerpt. And when you click on the post, if you're interested in reading this post, you end up reading more about the full post, and this can be a massive content. You can include images, videos, followed by usually most posts you can give them the option. Again, I can include FAQs, sharing options, so that your users can share these posts with other people, either via email or Facebook or one of the social media. You can include options for them to subscribe. You can include navigation options for them to navigate to other similar posts categorized as web design. This post is categorized as web design, that's why we're seeing this. You can allow them to navigate to a previous post or the next post, right? Because this is the first post, you're only seeing the option to go to the next post. And moving down, you can also provide them options to provide comments. And this then allows you to get users to interact with you and ask you questions, right? So they don't have to go to your contact form or your contact page every time. They can put their thoughts directly by commenting on the post itself, and so that there's going to be that user feedback that's so important for you to then keep your content up to date. For our training, to continue with our training WordPress 101 series, we're going to be using the locally installed WordPress 101 that I've set up on my local by Flywheel, which is a wonderful free I guess downloadable app that you can use. And you'll notice that similar to my current website, I've kept it very basic. The styling is minimal. I've set up a few pages. You've got a home page, an empty about page, a services page, right? There's a privacy policy page, a sitemap page, a terms and conditions page, a contact page, as well as a blog. And the blog has one single post, which is showing here, and you can click and go into the post to read the full post. Again, a few images and things like that. This is all dummy content, but the main idea is we have our WordPress fully set up, and this is the front end of a typical WordPress site. It can include several sections. Let me just show you those sections so that we become familiar with when we actually enter into the WordPress backend. So as I mentioned before, you have your heading, and in the heading you can include your title as an image or as pure text. We just provided a text here, but we can see how we can update that with an image later. You've got your main navigation menu. You can have an alternate navigation menu at the top, in the top bar, what we call top bar in this theme. I'm using a theme called WordPress, and I've just kept it very light. I haven't applied any styles yet. I've just kept it to the most basic of colors and styles. The other thing you will notice is there's a sidebar. With this particular layout, what I've decided to do is go with a sidebar, and you'll see the sidebar appearing in all the pages. There's also a footer bar with just the copyright, right, as well as what you could term as the widget area, the footer widget area. They call them the widgets. This is where you can present multiple sections. So in my site, you can see there are, in the footer area, there are multiple, there's 3 sections where I've presented some widgets, and these widgets could include simple links, recent articles, or other options such as this choose your language option. So you can input all of that information here. I've only got important links at the moment. We'll see how we can develop this further. But at a glance, this is a typical WordPress front page. So these are the typical sections, and we'll dig into them a little bit deeper in a minute. So let's finish up with the WordPress front end.